drive your bug through it. Okay, to the Gregolog. It's a donut of delight in the bakery of brutality. So climate change experts finally got the message, and the message is their message sucks. In fact, their scare the hell out of us screed was so awful, researchers claim that it actually undermined their mission, which I always thought was to scare the hell out of us. Yet, according to Cal Berkeley shrinks, dire predictions about global warming can backfire if presented too negatively. Of course, that raises one question. How do you offer dire predictions positively? Hey, we're all going to die, LOL. Which leads me to a theory. These Berkeley researchers suck. But the fact is, people like me question global warming evidence because we've seen this hysteria before with the coming ice age, the dangers of nuclear power, artificial sweeteners, and DDT. And this caused us to grow cold to such crap and overlook real threats like terrorism, the resurgence of malaria, and, of course, the rise of Ed Hardy T-shirts. Insidious. Worse, with global warming, we saw that anyone who dared to question the hysteria would be labeled a skeptic and treated like a leper and never get laid. But the ClimateGate scandal proved that inevitably these cocky experts would overstep the science, get humbled, and retreat into therapy. I mean, have you seen Gore lately? So now finally shrinks are saying these experts should rethink their messaging. Now note that these shrinks aren't telling experts to stop exaggerating consequences. Instead, they say present solutions to global warming. Meaning just assume your lies were right all along and push those curly light bulbs. That ain't going to work either. The jig is up. And if you disagree with me, you're a racist, homophobic, global phobe. Yes. I have a little sweat under my nose.
Oh.
Nobody told me.
Sweat, quote unquote.
It's like global warming.
Yeah, it is like global. It's global cooling here, though. Brooke, is it over? I mean, can they somehow redefine the message now that they've stepped so far over the line?
I mean, what is this study? I mean, being alarmist doesn't work. I mean, come on, Chicken Little, didn't we learn that lesson in Crying Wolf?
Yeah, but they ignored that forever.
But it's not going to change anything. You said it very correctly in your Gregolog. Anyone who has been a critic of this alarmist policy has been called ignorant. That's not going to change. People who are wedded to, you know, the climate and us all dying within the period of 25 years, they're not going to change their message just because Berkeley came out with the study.
Amy, let's face it, isn't the Earth overrated?
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been thinking about getting out of here. Spring break, Mars. Yeah, I don't know. I think scare tactics. I think there's definitely a good amount of people that just say, well, forget it. It's too late. Like, I have a really fat uncle, and he's just like, well, it's over. So he just eats all day, and it looks awesome. But I'm totally not a fan of scare tactics at all. Like, it's like when I worked at Outback Steakhouse, and they kept threatening me to, like, stop coming in drunk to work, and something else. I don't remember. I passed out, but it's like, I'm not going to respond to your threats, you know? I still go to work there every day. I don't get paid, but it's to prove a point.
And you're wasted.
Yeah, I'm wasted right now.
Yeah, the things you do to that bloomin' onion.
That's
true. It's just wrong. It's wrong.
You guys ever eaten here before?
Nice. Are we now, is it time now for a legitimate discussion about global warming? Now that we're kind of like on an equal footing and people can respect each other, I guess?
You know what this reminds me of, this whole message talk? It reminds me of Obama trying to sell his health care law. And instead of understanding that people didn't want the law, what they said is, well, we didn't present it properly. People didn't get it. No. Guess what? People are taking issue with global warming because of ClimateGate. Because it was realized that there was a whole bunch of people sitting trying to put a certain message forth, and that's it. So, you know, we can talk about it, and scare tactics doesn't work. It doesn't work with terrorism. It doesn't work with anything, but we need to be realistic.
It's, you know, that's how the TSA, I mean, the TSA is using scare tactics, and it definitely does work on me. I'll tell you that.
It's on you?
Come on, I'm a Brady cat. Last question to you, Bill. After this debacle, what's next for the planet?
Hopefully continue to be and a lot less brown. Everyone's against brown. Brown makes me frown.
All right.
But how could you, as a Republican, be against scare tactics? Your party was founded on it, Greg.
Not true.
One thing the GOP has taught us is that you can't have mongering, but fear-mongering, that works.
What are you talking
You're
about?
just upset because they stole your mojo.
The Democrats have been fear-mongering. Oh, you know, here's why. You weren't even born when Reagan was running for president. We were going to have like a nuclear war. When they did the same thing with Goldwater, everybody uses scare tactics. It's just that the global warming guys got too cocky. All right.